Sponsored by rxcardclub.com. Get a free prescription drug card and save up to 85% on prescription drugs. rxcardclub.com. AP Trending Summarybrief at 2:22 Pm Edt. Tyreek Hill is detained by police before Dolphins game. Officer is subsequently placed on leave. Miami Gardens, Florida. AP, Tyreek Hill of the Miami Dolphins was handcuffed and placed face down on a street outside the team's stadium after he was stopped for speeding and reckless driving Sunday morning before the Dolphins' first game of the season. The incident Sunday morning left the star wide receiver baffled and resulted in a police officer being placed on administrative leave. The officer was one of at least 3 involved in detaining Hill. Some fans saw Hill being handcuffed and captured video on their way to the game, and it went viral on social media. Hill was told after the game that the officer was placed on leave and said, "That should tell you everything you need to know." A Palestinian team in Chile offers soccer with a heavy dose of protest. Santiago, Chile, AP, the players have names like Jose and Antonio and grew up in a South American nation near Antarctica. But their fervor for the Palestinian cause and bright red, white, black and green-colored jerseys is unmatched. For a century now, this storied Chilean soccer club has served as an entry point for the world's largest Palestinian community outside the Middle East to connect with an ancestral home thousands of miles away. As the bloodiest war in the history of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict continues to rage in the Gaza Strip, Club Palestino's electric game atmosphere, viewing parties and pre-match political stunts have increasingly tapped into a sense of collective Palestinian grief in this new era of war and displacement. Hockey community, family and friends mourn brothers John and Matthew Gaudreau at their funeral. Media Pennsylvania, AP, John and Matthew Gaudreau are being mourned by family, friends and countless members of the hockey community at the funeral for the brothers who died when they were struck by a suspected drunken driver while riding bicycles in New Jersey. Buses brought players and others to St. Mary Magdalene Catholic Church in Media, Pennsylvania. John Gaudreau's Columbus Blue Jackets teammate Pat Schicklane, Cole Caulfield of the Montreal Canadiens, NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman and longtime executive Brian Burke were among those in attendance. John was an all-star for the Calgary Flames and Blue Jackets, and Matthew played collegiate hockey alongside his brother at Boston College. They died on the eve of their sister's wedding. Jannik Sinner beats Taylor Fritz in the US Open men's final just weeks after his doping exoneration. New York, AP, Jannik Sinner has defeated Taylor Fritz 6-3, 6-4, 7-5 with a relentless baseline game to win the US Open Men's Championship less than 3 weeks after being exonerated in a doping case. The number 1 ranked Sinner is a 23-year-old from Italy whose victory Sunday gave him the second Grand Slam trophy of his nascent career. The other was at the Australian Open in January. Sinner also prevented no.